I like this. I got to lingerie talk. Got a dick for all you motherfuckers.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's start it over again because that was crazy.
Nah.
Yeah, well equipped.
What is going on?
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Let me know again, Mark.
Hold on.
Can I get some headphones? Hello guys, my name is Tracy De La Cruz and I am your host for Lingerie Talk Podcast. Today we're shooting our 6th episode and per usual, I'm here with my co-host.
Hey guys, it's your girl Gio.
Hey, it's Jody.
And today we have a very special guest. His name is TheSmartGuy on Instagram. His real name is Akilo, right? Akilo?
Aliko.
Aliko.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's close.
It's close enough, guys. You know, close enough. I'm sorry. I only know you as a smart guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. Today I actually have a very special topic to talk about, and it's relationship and red flags in a relationship and before the relationship, whether it comes, whether it's between friendship or actually like a partner relationship. So I brought him here because I want to see his opinion on it. What questions does he have for us? And, what are some red flags that you think you're as soon as you see them, you're like, nope, I'm not going over there.
Okay, so first thing, fuck a red flag. I don't think we should focus on red flags, right? So everything is mindset, right? So one thing that I always talk about and I teach people is how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So it's not red flags, it's just clear mirrors because people are reflections of you and the energy that you put out, right? And a lot of times, having a red flag sometimes makes you incapable of taking accountability for why you're meeting this person, why you're meeting this guy, or why you're meeting this girl, right? So it's very important for us to take accountability in terms of like how we think, how we view ourselves, and how we feel about ourselves. Because people are going to treat you how you treat you.
That's a fact. I agree with that.
Right? People are going to treat you how you treat you. So if you love you, the easiest way to see who doesn't love you is for you to love you. And then when you love you, it's a certain internal confidence that you're going to have. And then when you step into a room, it's like a fragrance, right? Mm-hmm. And the people who don't love you, they're gonna sense it and they're gonna react to that. Mm-hmm. And then now you're gonna be able to see that reaction, and it's up to you to deal with that person or not, right? And that is what people should focus on. And a lot of times we blame everybody else but us. If God, if he ain't shit, then why you always at the toilet bowl? Mm. Right? He ain't shit, but you always at the toilet bowl. You always at your head right by the toilet seat, right? Like, so, I just think that I wouldn't necessarily classify it as red flags. I would say it's just a clear mirror because whatever comes to you is based upon the energy that you put out. Okay? Yeah.
You are what you attract. You know what I mean? Like,
and you attract what you are.
Yeah, facts. And I believe in that. I believe in that 100% because I feel like, a lot of people, a lot of us, especially women, because guys are selfish. And I always tell this to my friends. They're going to go for whatever it is that, whatever it is that doesn't make them happy, they're going to cut it out. And whatever it is that's, fulfilling whatever they got going on in their head at that point, they're gonna go ahead and go for it. But I feel like us women, we are repetitive. Like we repeat the same thing. Like we see something that we like on a person and we only focus on that, but we don't focus on the negative side. Mm-hmm. And most of the time it's a lot of negatives that we try to avoid. Or we try to put like, you know what, we're gonna put it to the side. This is something that I could change him on, which is absolutely bullshit. I always said it. Once a man, I don't deal with little kids. So to me it's like once a man is in their 30s, they're already set in their ways. You cannot change them. I always tell that to all of my friends. You cannot change a man that's in their 30s. So to me, I'm going to speak from like my personal experience. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we go into a relationship thinking that we could change those red flags around, about those people. And we can't. We can't. So we keep dating the same people in different bodies.
But see, this is why we got to go back to what I said. You're not taking accountability. That person is only in your life because of it. That person is you're not you're not taking accountability because that person is only in your life because of you.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when you see, it's really cool to say, you know, I'm not gonna change this person. No, because you ain't changed yourself, right? So for me, when I step into a room, or if I'm having an encounter with a woman, right, she's gonna feel my masculinity. She's gonna feel my confidence. She's gonna feel my strength, right? And if she's not receptive to my strength, then she ain't gonna fuck with me, right? And yeah, I see like you.
I mean, okay, because I was gonna say I completely, again, she said it. We talk about this all the time. Like we talk about the energy, the people, like who we around. Birds of a feather flock together type of stuff. But what about the people that kind of like, I guess you can say they give you a fake version of themselves.
Can't get a fake version. You can't.
You can't.
No, listen, check out.
I feel like in the beginning you can. You can get painted this one type of version of someone, and then it might take you a week or two. Like you start catching on, and then you're like, oh, hold on, like
so
this is not what you were.
So you got two choices. You got to look at the tree, the leaf, or the fucking root of the problem, right? So a motherfucker can't fake energy. So look, this is the mantra. This is universal law. I don't give a fuck where you from, black, white, Spanish, Dominican, Mexican, whatever. If I let this go, you're falling. It's gravity, right? There's universal laws. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Because you focus on the external and not the internal, then you blinded by whatever mask the motherfucker is wearing. But that person is only in your presence because of the energy that you put out. So whether you pretending to be whatever the fuck you think you pretending to be, you are what I put out. You see? So we don't understand. All right, so look, it's conscious and you got subconscious, right? So your subconscious mind, you're thinking, like right now we're talking, right? We're having a conversation, but everybody's heart in this room is beating, right? And it's a bodily function that's happening right now that our body subconsciously is making happen, right? So if you have a negative thought that you're thinking, you're gonna bring this person into your life. If you have low self-esteem, if you have anger issues, if you have real issues you haven't dealt with, you're gonna bring these people into your life that reflect that. And it's so easy to blame the person. Look, I don't date white women, right? So I'm conscious, I'm knowledgeable, I understand what racism is, I understand about white genetic annihilation, I understand all this fly shit, right? So there's nothing we're not gonna cross paths in that way. I'm not a homosexual. I'm never gonna cross paths with a man sexually, right? So who you are will come into your life, or a version of that in terms of energy. And the real issue is knowing who you are. Most women, most guys, they don't know who the fuck they are. You don't know who you are, right? And you really don't like who you think you are. So you think that shit don't have energy. So you put your lip gloss on, you put your eyelashes on, you put your wig on, your weave on, you go see your BBL, you go see everybody the fuck else, but you go everywhere but the mirror. Right?
The internal side.
Right. Yeah. And that avoidance creates an energy that attracts people into your life. Because I tell you, ain't nothing like a man who's extremely confident and sure of himself. It's a certain crop of women that's not going to be in his life. Ain't nothing like a woman who's she know who she is, right? But I want to touch on something, right? Because this is something that we don't understand. Like coming from, being that we're black, right? So a lot of times a woman can't raise a child by herself.
No.
She can just maintain a child. Mm-hmm. A man can't raise a child by himself. He could just maintain a child. To raise a child, you need man and woman in the house working together with both feminine energy and masculine energy. Facts. And the problem is with most women is when the mother's raising a boy, what happens is the boy is doubtful, undecisive, can't make decisions, and he takes on a female emotionalism, right? Mm-hmm. When a woman she's in a...
They become a bitch ass nigga.
Right? So now,
that's a fact. Now, I know a few.
Right? So now when the woman is in right, single parent, like she doesn't know she doesn't see affection.
They become masculine.
Right? Mm-hmm. She doesn't see affection. Right. She's insensitive. She's cold. She's callous. She doesn't know if the man comes in from home and say, "Babe, I had a long day." So I had a long day too.
Okay, no, that's not me. That's not
me. So now what happens is, right? Now what happens is we grow up with these mindsets, right? And And these mindsets stop us from building strong families and healthy relationships. And there's a lot of child trauma, it's a lot of childhood trauma that creates these energies and thoughts and approaches that attracts these people into your life. You can only attract into your life what you put out to the universe. And when you understand that and you realize that, you say, I'm gonna take my power back. If I want this type of a man, you have to be this type of a woman. Mm-hmm. If I want this type of a woman, I gotta be this type of a man. There's preparation work, right? And this is, I wanna touch on this, right? This preparation work, right? We talk about, as a woman, right? You got to be mindful. Your role as a woman is wisdom and balance, right? Mm-hmm. And your primary role as a woman is protecting the finances of a man. Fact. So you got to know how to take care of the money. So if you don't have a CPA, you're not a certified public accountant, you don't have a Series 7, you don't have a CFA, you don't understand wealth management, how the fuck can you play your role as a woman when you know shit about how to grow finances? That's part of your job. So while you're single or so-called single, you should be learning mathematics and science and how to grow money and financial literacy, right? Because that's your role as a woman, to protect that man's financial assets, right? Mm-hmm. Next thing is submission. You got to be submissive. But most people don't know what submission means. Submission means to be in agreement. I lead, you follow. But if you don't agree with nothing the fuck I say, how can you? Submission is agreement. So you have to work on when you're by yourself. This starts as a little girl in the house. Yeah. You're not taught that. You're not taught how to be submissive. You're not taught how to protect the money of your man, right? Then the next thing is wisdom and balance. You must be, how you say, inteligente, right? You must be well-read and cultured. How can your role as a woman is wisdom and balance. So you're a fucking idiot. So how am I gonna, like, seriously, like you're fucking stupid, right? Like, so how can I, as a man, get that balance from you when you have no wisdom? Now it's the imbalance. And what type of man are you going to attract if you don't have wisdom? What type of man are you going to attract if you don't know how to protect the money? What type of man are you going to attract if you're not submissive? You don't know what submission means. And when you hear the word submissive, you're like, fuck that, right? Next thing is you nutrition. A woman's role is nutrition. You got to cook. The comida. You got to cook. But you don't know the proper shit to put in the food. I'm drinking too much sugar, eating too much sodium. I'm fat. I'm gordo. I'm fucked up. I'm going through fucking all these different emotions because you don't know chemistry. You don't know nutrition. So you got to go to fucking school to cook, and not that fucking rice and bean shit that's high on carbs, right? You got to really know what foods and vitamins that you're going to feed your man and feed your family. As a woman, your role is nutrition, right? The next thing is the 3 phases of love. Most women never fucking even heard of this shit.
I haven't heard of it.
I never heard of that shit.
The first phase of love, the first phase of love is informative, right? You're informing the man that's in your life, right? The man that's in your life, not the men that's in your life, right? The man. So if you don't have a singular focus on a masculine energy, then you can't even have anything worthwhile, because you don't have control over your pussy and your eyeballs and your greed. You got to do for this, or 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 do. You got 10 fucking dudes. You got a whole fucking football team, right? Talking about why you fucking single or red flags. You the fucking red flag, right? Now, the first phase of love is informative, right? Because your role as a woman is wisdom and balance. So what are you informing? You're informing that man, yo, baby, you're the leader. Yo, baby, you're the protector. Yo, baby, you're the provider. But you got to go to God. You got to go to God. You got to go to God, baby. You got to go to God, baby. You got to go to God. And when you go to God, you get provision, right? You get provision, baby. And God is going to bless you with the ability to provide for yourself and to provide for me and our family. You leading with informative love. Then you showing this man that he has to have a relationship with God. And his relationship with God has to be focused on prayer. But you don't pray with your mouth. You pray with your actions. Your prayer is the actions that you take. The answer to your prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. That's provision. But you can't get provision if your intention is not right. And this is what you telling your man. That's your wisdom. And you telling, he like, damn, word, wow. Wow, right? Now, that's the first phase of love, which is informative. The second phase of love is unconditional. You got to love that man, but you don't know how to because you didn't see loving in your own home. Growing up, you didn't see affection. So you don't know you're cold, you're callous, you're insensitive, you're masculine, you're all this shit because you didn't see your mom go through that. You didn't see your mama have that. So you don't know how to do it because you didn't see it in your home and you wasn't taught how to do it. And everybody else is telling you that ain't it. I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie. No, you're just bad for yourself. Okay? Now, the next thing is the unconditional love, right? You loving this man. And that man needs at least 6 to 7 months of unconditional love because it takes 3 months to develop. It takes about 3 months to develop a new habit. So now what you doing is you like, baby, I'm fuck that. I'm giving you 7 months. It's nothing you can do wrong. I fucking love you. It's 7 months. I'm committing. You got to commit to loving on that motherfucker, right? So I'm not arguing, I'm not cursing, I'm rubbing your feet, I'm doing everything for you, baby. I love you, it's unconditional. You got empathy, you a nurturer. The woman is the healer, right? No, listen.
Now the rubbing the feet got it. Hold on.
Listen, what I'm saying is look, and you smiling when a man come in the house. You know how powerful it is just when a man, you come around, you just, not the fake veneer smile.
Oh, sure.
The creepy white, no, the creepy. No, I'm smiling because the woman is smiling because she's happy to see that man. This is all part of unconditional love. See, and when you start to treat that man like a man, he has a better chance and opportunity to actually be a man, right? And then now he's healing. Now the last phase of love is tough love. It's accountability. All right, motherfucker, time up. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
What we doing? But if you lead with tough love first,
it's not gonna get nowhere.
It's not gonna get nowhere. It has to be informative, unconditional, then tough love, which is accountability. Right. Okay? Yeah, and then the last thing I want to talk about that because we don't really understand. And then for a man, right? We talk about his responsibilities, right? And when I say responsibilities, it's responsibilities for development, right? A lot of times we're underdeveloped. Okay? So you have to develop your faith, your relationship with God, your application of prayer. Which is actions, making sure you have good intentions behind every action that you take, provision, developing good habits, skills, rational thinking, health and hygiene, right? Mastery over your emotions, right? And a financial goal for yourself, your family, and your woman, which should be your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. Your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. That's finances. And then that's the responsibilities that a man has to develop in itself before he starts interacting with women. As a woman, like I said, you have to understand the 3 phases of love. You have to have wisdom. You have to be cultured. You have to have patience. You have to have control over your emotions in your fucking pussy. And you can't, see, women think they in control because they feel they control sex. Sex has no value. Sex has no purpose. You feel you in control because you decide who you think gonna fuck you. But fucking you don't mean shit. Okay, I nutted. So what? How does this contribute to us building a family, building a nation, building something that's powerful? Nothing. And we're conditioned to do so because the gringo, as I said it right?
Gringo, yeah.
Is designed to destroy us. Right? They're trying to survive and keep us doing shit that has no fucking value. So before you put your fucking makeup on, right? Go to God. Before you go put your tight little fucking outfit on, right? Make sure that you love yourself and not how you look when you're looking at yourself. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, it's crazy that you're talking about all of this because we've actually been in the same room and talking about the same thing, but like in different type of ways. I always say, I agree with you up to an extent.
Yeah, girl.
Like about like, we attract what we want or whatever. Sometimes guys come into our lives and paint us a picture of what they think we want or what, a lot of guys, and not everybody's like you. You got to understand that, right?
Yeah.
You are a very smart person,
Big Daddy, you can say it.
No.
You're very smart. We're going to say that.
Yeah,
and not a lot of guys have that.
I said no to Big Daddy.
Hold on. Never. I can listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Listen. So listen, I'm always going to be, so this is another thing too, right? Because in our culture, right, we condition not to value strong men, right? So I can come in and say, oh, you're beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. But see, when we talk about Big Daddy, it ain't about no shit because, we not in a relationship. We not fucking, right? And if we was fucking, oh yeah, you be calling me all types of fucking daddies. Yeah. So yeah. Look at me in the eyes, tell me I'm lying.
Sound good.
Yeah,
Sound
all right.
good.
You should know it. Yeah.
Sound good.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at you in your eyes.
Yeah.
Sound good.
Yeah, and you know what you see when you look at
But
these
you're not
motherfuckers.
saying
too.
what he's telling you to say.
So what I'm
I'm
saying
not
is,
saying
no,
it,
listen
bro.
what I'm saying. No, I'm saying is like women know, right? So this ain't cap with me. But what I'm saying is we have to stop this culture of not valuing men. A lot of women in our culture, black women, they don't value men, right? And when a man knows his value and he claims it, then it's an issue. It says a lot about a woman if she can't receive that. So when we say Big Daddy, I'm saying in a joking way. I'm saying that I'm a man that's strong, I'm intelligent, I have a relationship with God, a phenomenal one. I know how to lead. I know how to lead, and I know who to lead and who not to lead. So when I came on the show, I was like, okay, I think it's important for women to understand how to be women and for them to know why they're not women, right? And that goes back to being in the home, right? And then taking responsibility and taking accountability. We got to develop, right? It's not about being a fuck boy or a stupid bitch, right? We come from broken homes. We come from a broken culture, right? It's the reason why DR is still independent and Haiti is still independent. Haiti and DR is the same fucking place, right? But the Haitian Revolution was fought to keep the fucking white man the fuck out. So they hate us because they're trying to survive, right? So if they keep you against me and me against you and you against me, then they're never going to be challenged for their power spot, right?
Yeah.
So we need our women understanding when you in the presence of a big daddy, listen what I'm saying because it's real.
I'm listening
You
to
appreciate the energy, right? And then when you appreciate the energy, that shifts your vibration. Now you know you need a man. Now you know you value a man. The same way I got to be respectful to every woman I see, every woman should be appreciative of every black man they see because you're looking at God. Right? And see, God made me first. Yeah. He ain't make yeah. Remember I said wisdom and yeah. So God made me first.
We came out of his ribs.
That's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying this is the black man was the first man created. Was it the white man? Was it the Chinese man? Was it the Asian man? He made me first. So that's why there's an emphasis and a focus to hate me the most. Right? Because I have the most power and the most, a potential to threaten these white motherfuckers. So when we have conversations like this, it's important for us to value each other. You gotta love me, I gotta love you, we gotta love each other.
But that's the thing in the black community, a lot of people, they don't love each other. They just be throwing, like, I feel like black people just try to knock each other down. Like, there's a ladder, you go up, and they want to knock that shit down so you don't go ahead and go up, which is weird to me. We're supposed to be supporting each other. Like, you know what I mean? You go up, come on, I'm going to hand you my hand. Come right up. But it does not happen. We're in the streets, we're killing each other, like all this violence. But I want to get back to what we were talking about in the beginning.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were saying, like, you are what you attract, this, that. I completely agree with you up to an extent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times, right? Because I am very secure in who I am and what I attract to my life. I believe in that. I believe that whatever it is that you put in your mind, you're going to call it and you're going to attract it to your life. 100%.
Right.
100%. I worked a lot on my healing journey. I worked a lot on myself. I want to say, like, in the past 4 years, I learned a lot about who I am, and I'm very secure in who I am today. My last relationship taught me a lot about myself that I didn't even know, because he was, like, very smart. He put me onto game too. Like, I love a person that could stimulate my mind. Please let me know my value. How can I learn this from my guy so I could take it up into my next relationship and be like, okay, I don't want to deal with you because you're not valuing me as a woman. So there's times, right, that especially us, like, we like work. Most of us, we work nightlife, you know what I mean? So it's like you come around a lot of like bozos, like around a lot of guys that could think that they could run game on you, right? But not everybody has the intelligence that you have for them to think the way that you do.
But look what you're saying, right? Look what you're saying. You going to hell talking about you got an AC. You can't go to hell with a truck full of ACs talking about, hey, we're going to give out ACs. You work in nightlife. So at the end of the day, listen, let me tell you something. This is what people don't understand about universal law. When you dress, the spirits and demons that you enticing when you dress a certain way. See? That's why God, we talk about scripture, we talk about the Bible, the Quran, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. They talk about a woman dressing a certain way because how you dress gives off an energy. So how you dress creates an energy. How you dress attracts a certain person. You see? And how you think dictates how you dress. You heard? So if I'm comfortable with my ass being looked at, right? That's an action that has a reaction. If I'm comfortable, and they're nice, little milk bags and shit, but I'm comfortable with my titties might probably pop out, right?
Damn, Gio, don't hide it now.
Right? But what I'm saying is it's the energy. You can't. There's no wrong way to do right, and there's no right way to do wrong. So your approach, your choice of occupation says a lot about your mind.
I understand what you're saying 100%, right?
Yeah.
But not a lot of us have the choice to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and be an accountant today.
What
Let
you
me
mean?
go ahead and
What
be
you
a
mean?
Hold
Yes,
on.
you do.
Not a lot of us
Yes, you
have
do.
it. Not a lot of us
Yes,
have
you
it.
do.
Okay, let's
Yes,
say
you
to
do.
the ones that were fortunate enough to have it, and we still got to go ahead and pay our bills. And listen, I know a lot of girls that have a legit job and still work nightlife.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that does not define us as who we are. So
Those
now
are-
what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to
Yes,
tell
it
you
does.
is, okay, what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm
Yep.
not paying attention to the guys that are going to come to
Yes,
my
it
bar and
does.
talk to me. But listen, I'm not paying attention to the
It's
guys that
not
are
about
coming
the
to my
guys
bar.
that's gonna come to your bar. It's about the energy that you put out. So when you're not in the bar, that man is gonna follow that energy. It ain't about the bar. Sometimes it's coming from the bar.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in fucking Barnes and Nobles. You're gonna be in a fucking laundromat. You're gonna be outside, not even on work. And that type of man is gonna come to you because of what you did in the club. You see, it's energy. Karma doesn't escape anybody. And when a woman, see, that's some, indirect whole shit, right? Like, we live in this
Indirect what?
whole shit.
Oh, shit.
So we live in this world. We live in this world.
Wow.
We live in this world. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take it there.
Yeah, I mean, you got the right one. So what I'm saying is,
Yo.
no, I'm saying because
and Bruce together.
what I'm saying is because a lot of these dudes be. I don't know about whoever that guy, but I'm saying for myself, right? Like I really understand this shit, and a lot of people. I didn't watch no fucking YouTube video and try to copy and download somebody's style. I ain't watch no Kevin Samuel shit and study his shit. This comes from knowledge of self, who I am. I know I am a God, and I know that I pray and ask God for provision and revelations. You understand? So that's a cop out. Yo, yeah, I'm going. I gotta pay bills. No, you really don't. You really don't respect yourself. See? And when you unpack that shit, then you understand why the type of men is in your life. And when you stop fronting like you good, when you really not, then change is gonna happen. Now, everybody's not going to change. Every soul has the ability to change, though. It's free will. My mother molested me. I did 10 years in prison. I came home fucked up. I used to sell crack, rob motherfuckers. I was I was different, right? But I went to jail. I had this awakening. When I got out, I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck how hard it is. I'm going with God. There's nothing God can't give you. Mm-hmm. And I have to make sure everything that I get and I want is pleasurable and pleases God. And if I do that, then I'm good in the long run. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So that energy that you're wearing is going to stop you from having the energy you need for the man that's supposed to be in your life. Because even though you ain't entertaining them, you entertaining them because it's energy. If I don't smoke weed, right? If I come in this room and all y'all smoking weed, when I get in my car, guess who smell like weed? Me. Guess who gonna have a contact high? Me. Right? So you have to understand that. And when you start to understand that and you have the confidence, the courage to be mature and not lead with your body and not lead with your sexuality, but lead with who you are as a woman, then you're gonna bring that man into your life, and only then. And it's up to you to decide, right? So for the girls who don't know how to do it, you gotta pray, you gotta ask God, right? That's the wisdom and balance. So what I said was, remember I said you have to have a process of self-development. You're not wrong for what you're doing because you're unaware. There was a time when I sold crack, right? Smoked weed, was shooting people. I was a whole different kind of person, right? I didn't know. But God protects fools and babies. Now that this conversation is giving you some type of a different perspective, it's up to you to do with it what you gonna do with it. You got a podcast. I just told you, God gives provision, right? So you're praying. This is a form of prayer. Y'all creating content, right? You're not fucking it's not energy. It's different from being here and being in the club. You know that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can make more money doing this than being in the club without the karma that comes from being in the fucking club.
And that's what we're trying to get
You
at.
don't love yourself enough. Let me tell you something. Listen, you don't love yourself when you move like that. I'm free. You don't love yourself. I'm not going to be outside, my dick swinging and all. I'm not doing that. You ain't going to treat me. And it's not, let me tell you something. It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. right? It's not what they call you. It's what you answer to. But why are you in an environment that you called all types of shit other than what the fuck you are?
Because to pay the bills.
So you just said it's okay to sell your fucking soul.
I'm not saying it's okay to sell my soul.
Yeah.
And if
so when you think, hold on. So listen, let me tell you something. No, yes.
No.
So when you think like that, you could be in denial all the fuck you want. You're gonna play this fucking take back and you're gonna get some fucking learning. And I don't give a fuck if you like what I'm saying or you don't. Because my goal right now is to give the message, right? So if you say that and you think like that, the type of man that you attract into your life ain't shit. Because the type of a woman that attracts a man is not a good man. Is not gonna have that way of thinking. Now let me give you a warning, right? Yo, my friend, yo, Gita.
My way of thinking. If you haven't even heard of my way of thinking
Nah,
yet.
you said enough. Yo, Gita.
No, I didn't.
I need a bottle of water. Need a bottle of water quick.
No, I did not say enough because you don't even know. Like my thing is like I do not
Yeah.
entertain those type of guys. One thing is me
You don't
working
have a
in the.
choice.
What do you mean?
Because I just told you.
In my personal life, me dating a guy out of the club is not happening.
You don't know how energy works. You don't have
but
a choice.
I do.
You see that right there? Yeah. So let me show you real quick, right? Yeah, you be on camera. You don't cut it out. This is all vibes. I'm saying, look. So listen. So that's why I gave you the analogy. If y'all smoking, right? Whether I smoke or not, if I come into this room, I am affected by that.
Yeah.
Now listen what I'm saying. You could agree or disagree. I don't give a fuck. This is the reality of it. Instead of it being smoke, it's energy. So when you come into that room with that energy, when you leave, that energy is still on you.
And guess what? Any relationship that I ever been in.
listen,
No, let me tell you real quick.
Yeah.
Any relationship that I've ever been with, they have not been outside guys. None of them.
You're not understanding
Not
what I'm
one
saying.
of them.
You not understand what I'm saying. And your
Not one of
relationships-
them.
Your relationships ain't work.
Huh?
Huh?
They didn't work because.
No. See,
What?
See, like, they didn't work.
Yeah, they didn't work.
So listen, right? Let me help you out. Let me get I need a cup too. So I'll make this example. Yo, Gita, I need a cup, like a cup. I want to make an example for this. Make an example. What?
Yo le dije, Sion Papi.
Make an example, you know what I'm saying? Right? So, all women, right? Beautiful. You start off like this, right? That's how you start off, right? Start off, right? You start off full, right? Dress a certain type of way, do this. So, all energy depletion, right? Right? I gotta pay the bills. I gotta do this.
It's a fact.
I know-
New York is very expensive
I know-
right now.
I
Let
know.
me
Look,
tell
check,
you.
right? So look, right? This is you now, right? Right? And then by the time
I'm all drunked up.
By the time
Damn.
the man that God got for you come into your life, and he meets you, right? Oh my God, babe, I'm thirsty. I got a drink. Oh my God, you're the one. I love you. Keep me alive. And you go, and in your mind, you didn't realize that all that shit you was doing to pay the bills, which you could have did something different, but you chose not to because there was a deeper reason why you do that sucker shit, but you don't address it. Guess what? Your bottle is fucking empty. And now when it's time for him to fucking drink, right? Now it's time for him to fucking drink, you give him this. He like, the fuck? And only then you realize that you didn't gave that best part of you up and you can't get it back. It's no way to replenish it. It's over. That's your punishment. So you have a choice in terms of how you make money. Money don't make you, you make money. Oh, you didn't catch that. Money don't make you, you make money. It's you, motherfucker. It ain't the money. I could go sell crack, work on Amazon, do motivational speaking. It ain't the money, it's me. Oh, so the reason why you get money that way, that's what you're not addressing. And because you get money that way, you're never gonna have a man worth having. And that's why the men that you dealt with, it didn't last. And when you really unpack that shit, I hope for one of you women watching this shit that you address that shit before it's too late and you got the man that God got planned for you and he thirsty and you can't give him shit because you gave that shit away in the motherfucking club.
No, and I always say, what have I been saying lately? I'm like, yo, I am done. I'm so tired of working nightlife because it's literally energy draining. Like sometimes I don't even have enough for myself. Like I go home and I am so fucking
You're so
exhausted.
full of shit, man. I love you.
What?
Anyway. Yeah, you're so full of shit. I love you.
Why?
Anyway.
Why you say that?
Because listen,
Full of shit.
I want to know.
yeah, you can enable her.
Go ahead. No. Nobody's enabling
I'm not
me.
enabling. I asked why.
You gotta listen. It's wherever you go to, that's where the club gonna go. Because it's the mindset, right? So money don't make you. You make the money. You are who you are wherever the fuck you are. So if you're not addressing who you are and changing who the fuck you are, no matter where you go, that bitch is coming. Okay? So you have to take accountability. And what I'm saying is it's not your fault because maybe you didn't understand. You got to go back to, how you say, what you say, the poquito, mia. How you say, little girl?
When you was a little girl. Una niña.
Right?
Una niña.
Right? You got to go back to that. Because something that happened there is why where you at right now, you think the way you think. And if you don't address that, see, people don't want to address this shit, right? So now, look, this is why I said, let me go back.
No, I just feel like, at the end of the day, I've addressed all of that because I got a lot of childhood trauma.
I know you do.
So, for anybody to sit here and be like, oh, you haven't addressed that, and this is why you're this is why you're that. To me, I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and take that because I have grown from whatever I've been through.
No,
I have.
I'm not saying you didn't grow. What I'm saying is this, look, you have to, look, it's the reason why I sold crack, right? Let me put it on me, right? So my mother molested me. I didn't have a father in my life, right? So I didn't know how to deal with my anger. Right? I didn't know how to deal with my trauma, so it turned into anger. You see? This is why I was shooting people when I went to prison, right? And because I didn't have a man in my life, I didn't know how to be a man. You see? So, yeah, I'm trying to deal with my trauma, but where is the education on dealing with the trauma coming from?
Okay, so let me...
So listen. So how am I really clinically dealing with this trauma? So we don't understand neuroscience. We don't understand psychology. We don't understand cognitive behavioral therapy, right? Like it's real shit that you got to learn before you talk about addressing your issues, right? And I don't want to make it about you. I want to make it about people who you got to understand, right? You are who you are wherever you are. So what I would like for you to take away from this conversation is the money don't make you. You make the money.
I understand.
And when you start to analyze why you are okay with making money that way, then you will see that you're not really healed. And then when you understand that, and that's not a public conversation, right? But that's a private conversation. But I'm saying it in this way because I know somebody's gonna see this, right?
Yeah.
And they gotta think about it. Like I was selling crack. You couldn't tell me nothing. But why am I selling crack? Right? I'm selling dope. I'm getting money. But why do I want to make money this way? I didn't address that, right? And then when I start to, I'm like, oh shit, I'm bugging. Now I'm doing it this way. That's when change and healing starts to happen. And we talk about selling your body and selling sex and shit like that. That's some deeper shit.
Ain't nobody selling their body or selling sex or none of that because that's totally different. And honestly, at the end of the it's very different. You're gonna go ahead and go ahead and remix
move on to the next
you
question.
want.
You're getting defensive, man.
But no, I'm not because you know what it is. I've also been molested. I've been raped at a young age. All of that. They know that. I don't put it out there publicly. But at the end of the day, I feel like me, myself, personally, I've took therapy and I took that upon myself for me to be an adult and go ahead and take it. And I have taken that very personal and actually applied it to my life. If anything, out of all of my friends, who's the one that's always telling y'all like, yo, this, that? At the end of the day, it does not matter. I feel like sometimes we get put into situations where like you have to do what you got to do to survive. I'm very spiritual.
No, you don't. No.
I'm very spiritual.
Listen.
I've been rock bottom. I've been up. I've been like up and down.
Listen. You don't have to listen. See, one thing. This is why having a man around is important, right? And having a man and letting a man lead and understanding this. I need you to be submissive right now, right? And meaning I need you to be in agreement with what I'm about to tell you, right? So God supersedes all this shit, right? So that's what I need the submission for. I need you to agree to that, right? And then through that, now that's the pathway to change. That's how I changed, right? Because I had to put God over the devil. I had to put God over the demons, right? Well, damn, I'm not, because that was a concern for me, right? I'm coming home from jail, fucked up. I'm used to getting money. Now I'm not selling drugs no more. It's a wrap. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I got hit in the head, right? I begged God, just let me live, right? I thought I was invincible. I begged God, don't let me die this way. And if you let me live, I don't give a fuck. Nigga could come with 10 bricks right now. I ain't gonna say it on the camera, but I'm saying, but I got a family that really is different, right? So I could get whatever I want negatively, right? So it was hard for me to be like, nah, I'm doing this. I'm making $2 a day because I'm going outside rapping. I'm struggling, right? But God blessed me because I struggled, right? And it's nothing that God can't provide. And if God told me I'm not supposed to make money this way, I don't give a fuck what responsibility, what bill. I'm going to sit there and pray and say, yo, God, I could be selling drugs right now. I know I got to pay my bills, but help me with a way that's righteous. And God is going to provide a way that's righteous. And if you're not making money, and I want to make it about you, right? Because, and I'm sorry that happened to you, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's fucked up, right? But I want people watching to know that God will always provide a way for you. When you trust in God to provide that way for you, and you got to make sure that how you eat is pleasing to God, because you're not gonna be at peace, right? Fuck if you just pay the bills. You paying the bills, but you ain't really at peace. You're not really happy. You're not at peace, right? Like I wasn't at peace, right? I wasn't at peace. And then it's funny because when I was broke, I'm not broke now, right? But when I was broke and I was doing the right thing, I was at peace. I was at peace. It was like weird. I'm in a park. I got $2 in my pocket, but I'm like, yo, I'm good. Poses, I got $5,000 in my pocket, $50,000 in the crib, $1 somewhere else, right? And I'm doing dirt. I'm not. I wasn't sleeping. I didn't have good people in my life, right? So there's rewards, and we can't just make it about I gotta survive. No, God gonna provide for you, so you could survive. It's not just surviving, right? And it's not. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, right? Because there's another point I had, right? I'm sorry, I gotta be long-winded, right? But I'm gonna say this, right? There's a difference between survival and being satisfied. See, you can survive with the devil, but you're not gonna be satisfied. Mm-hmm. You'll be satisfied with God, and if you have patience, then you will also be able to survive. But you'll have your peace. See, so that's very important to put your peace above everything, not just the paper and making the money. Yeah.
Okay, so kind of like to speak on what Tracy was talking about and what you're talking about.
Oh, not the
like,
voice change.
No.
Yeah, seriously, okay, not the voice change.
No, for real. No, because listen, like
La vocal.
La vocal.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Nah, but for real. So like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I completely understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna disagree with it because you know, like you make your points. Like you're dead ass right. But like, to go on what she's going on, I'm not gonna tell you like, for example, I'm not in an outside world or whatever, or out in the nightlife right now at this moment, or not fully involved in it, whatever.
Think about it, huh? Okay.
All right. So the thing is, we know what we have to do or what we're wanting to do, like she said, like working on ourselves, doing what we have to do, like we're trying. So you're telling me that I just got to cut everything cold turkey.
Absolutely.
Like a drug addict.
Yeah, I did it. Hold on. See?
Okay, but just because you did it doesn't mean that I could do it.
Yes, you can. Now look, hold on.
Just like
hold on. Listen, the most important thing about this is understanding that the devil is a motherfucking liar. Hold on. The devil is a liar. So let me tell you something. I'm not no fake YouTube fuck nigga. You heard?
Yeah.
I've been through everything. So listen, this is
get that,
this is
but
no,
just like how
this is
you
why no,
said,
this is
you're
how
your
you
own person.
No, listen, hold on.
There's people that cut cold turkey cigarettes.
Listen, the only way to do this, right?
People that can.
The only way to do this, right, is with God. Okay? So you have a choice. So what you should be doing is, what I would advise you to do is to ask how. Because you might not know how, right? And when you ask someone who did it, then you'll get the answer how, right? So that's right. So let me start with the how.
Again,
yeah,
I'm still gonna stick to.
Go ahead.
You might have did it that way, but that way might not work for me.
See,
everybody's different.
That's
listen,
like
okay,
I firmly believe it. Like, okay,
and that's why I told
let's bring it to something healthy, right? If everybody could lose weight the same way or get in shape the same way, then there would be no people like
overweight.
Overweight.
Listen,
yes, but yes,
listen, check it
you
out.
might do it one way, but that might not. No, I'm not telling. I'm not justifying. I'm telling you that there's different.
Everybody's not ready to heal. That's one, right? Number two, I'm gonna bring it back to the beginning. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. Vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. God supersedes all this shit. Motherfuckers' relationship with God don't be intact. So when your relationship with God ain't intact and you ain't got no motherfucking faith, you put man before you put God. You put bills before you put God, okay? Now this is how you do it. And I'm gonna start with how I did it, and I'm gonna break it down how you could do it, right? So how I did it was I was getting money. I came home from jail. I'm not selling a drug. I'm not jaywalking. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing nothing. I'm a struggle. And I gotta struggle because the karma that I built up, doing the shit I was doing before I changed my life, I gotta deal with it. So that allowed me to accept those hard times. That allowed me to accept sleeping on the staircase. That allowed me to accept having $2 in my pocket and trying to go to 99-cent store to buy a big thing of oatmeal so that shit could stretch me 4 or 5 days, right? Because I know I was doing wrong. So I gotta struggle. That's your testimony. That's revelation, right? And then now I'm at the brink of, I'm ready to quit. God don't put a burden on you that you can't bear. Everybody's pain threshold is different. That's the only thing that's different. But everybody's tested. Everybody, right? So now you got to be at the brink of breaking. I'm like this.
I'm
like this. Look. I'm like this. Look. I'm like this. I'm looking at God. I'm not, listen, one thing about my brand, my shit ain't fake. I'm telling you some real shit. I got a gun in the chicken box. I'm sitting here, I'm like this. I'm mad. I'm smaller than I was. When I came home, I'm 250. I'm growling. All I did was lift weights. I come home, niggas gotta pay me. I'm sitting there, I'm like a fucking big ass gorilla looking at nothing but Elmos get money. What? And I'm fucked up. I'm like this. If something don't motherfucking, something gotta give. And right when I was over, right? Shout out to my man Timor King. He come to me, he got like, yo man, yo, you rap? I sell my music. I found the way, right? God gave me that because I stayed there. My faith, give me your hand, man.
I'm giving you my hand.
I stayed like, listen, no matter what happened, I never let go of God.
Okay.
I didn't let go. So you couldn't, no matter what was happening around me, I didn't give a fuck. I kept my faith. I knew I had to go this way. I knew. And the devil was trying to make me feel like I would have died. I had a friend, I don't want to say his name, right? And we both was on the same path, right? And he got off the path. He broke his promise. He ain't here no more. I didn't let go. And then when you don't let go, God blesses you with another way, right? Now, this is how you do it, because you in media. Advertisement. You go, you go like this. Look, this is the life you living, right? You go, yo, God. Right on time, me. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah. Look, you go, you go like this, because I did it. Look, you go, look, God. I'm going to wait. That's it. You got to wait. Who the fuck you think you are? Because God, it ain't when you want it. It's when it's on God's time. But you got to make that sacrifice. Cold turkey. I'm letting it go. And then when you let go and you really let go, that's showing what? That's showing faith. That's showing humility, right? That's showing belief. I believe that God is gonna answer my prayer. I believe that God is gonna provide. God is coming. Yeah, he coming. And everybody like, look, no, he not. That's the devil. No, he not. You gotta pay bills. You gotta, well, fuck it. Guess we going in the shelter. Pack me up. Or you gonna lose the car. You gonna, fuck it. Bye. We gonna lose the car? Okay, look, we gonna lose it. Take the car. Yeah. Oh, you gonna lose the clothes? Take the clothes. Butt naked, balls to the wall. Fuck it. You can take everything from me. You're not gonna take my faith. You can take none of this material, none of it. You can take the crib, the house, the food. You can take, and you're not gonna take my faith. You're not gonna take my belief in God. There's nothing you can do to shake me from that. I don't give a fuck. And when you move like that, I promise you, I don't give a fuck who you is. God gonna come. And when he come heavy. He gonna come heavy. You gonna be like, God damn, I know I got this much money. What the fuck going on? I'm good. I'm good now. Yo, ain't we Gio? I'm good now, right? Because I suffered. But one thing I never lost was my faith. I lost hustling. I lost clothes. I lost these fake ass bitches. Lost family. I lost everything. It was like, damn, like, yo, what the fuck, God, for real? Yeah, let it go. But what he replaced it with is irreplaceable.
Okay.
You probably thinking, like, why she not talking?
No, I'm not.
I'm not healed.
I know you're
I'm not happy.
There you go.
I'm not at peace.
See, look, too. Mira.
So.
No, listen.
I'm gonna just stay quiet.
No, listen, give me.
Because I got a lot.
That's right. But listen, listen. But that's the first step. Oh, yeah. The first step. The first step is identifying that. See, we get it fucked up. It ain't how you, niggas be like, yo, Jesus, pray. That's not how you fucking pray, nigga. You pray with fucking tears, because its intention is honesty. I'm in Southport Box. I'm in prison. I'm in the hole. You heard? I'm breaking down. I'm going crazy. Like, why? I ain't having my mother did this, my father. I'm like, what the fuck? You got me. Why I'm here? I shouldn't be here. And I broke down. See, God will answer you when you real. So that's the first step. Knowing, okay, well, I'm not healed. I'm not, okay, cool. And you tell your God, look, man, I'm fucked up. Yep, I'm still greasy, man. And he gonna come to you how you need to be come to, right? He gonna deal with you how you need to be dealt with. You may need some fucking oranges. You may need some apples. You may need some grapes. I may need some fucking mangoes. But it's all fruit from the same tree. See? Mm-hmm. So you good. Don't be. I'm gonna tell you something I learned, right? They said if the person who believes in God, really believes in God, knew God's wrath, they wouldn't be so cocky. They said if the person that didn't believe in God knew God's mercy, they wouldn't feel so bad. God loves you. Even if you don't love your fucking self. That's why you're still breathing. Right? That's God's grace. I felt like shit. I felt, you know what it's like how your mom fuck with you? You know what that shit do to you? You know what that shit do to you? It make you feel like you don't exist. It make you feel like you just kill me now. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's gonna happen for you, but it's gonna happen on God's time. And I think this moment is part of you going in the right direction. But you have to have the courage to go in the right direction, and you're not gonna have the courage if you don't have the knowledge, right? Like God is gonna provide. That's why, think about it. I didn't know what the fuck, right? But I'm telling her because I'm feeling her energy, right? Yo, look, do this, do that. And you like, man, fuck all that. We gonna follow up. We gonna get these ads, right? And then when you make the sacrifice, God rewards you in the area that you need to be rewarded in. So I started selling CDs, right? And I went from making nothing to selling CDs, but now I'm making $100, $200 a day selling CDs. It may not seem like much, but 10 days, that's $2,000. Mm-hmm. That's $6,000 in a month. I could take care of myself with that. I could pay bills. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh shit, I'm selling fucking CDs. We still sell CDs to this day. God's provision never runs out. God's blessing, that shit don't run out. What the devil give you, that shit run out. Mm. Yeah.
It's crazy that, like, I didn't mean to get so emotional, but like you're hitting so many points, like you don't even know, like, my friends close to me know.
I told you Big Daddy, didn't I tell you?
My friends close to me, like, they know that everything that you're talking about right now it has like some type of a meaning, you know what I mean, mm-hmm. to what I'm going through. And I don't know if it's like God talking to me through you, yep. Or what it is, but like, I'm like 100% a believer in God. Before I started going through everything that I'm actually going through right now,
that's good. Wait, let me say. Listen. Let me say something. Right?
I need a break.
Yeah. So healing is good. See, we get this fucked up because we be living in this fake ass world, right? Healing is good because that's the only way for God. Because it's humbling, right? Let me tell you something. Yo, you know how I knew God was coming to me? I'm in South Pole Box. Look, I want you to look at me. Look, I want you to look at me, right? I never cried. Because when I used to cry, my mother used to beat me more, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to learn how to just be tougher, right? I didn't cry in like 20 fucking years. I'm in the box and I started crying. I said, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Yo, I knew it was God. I'm like, because it was no way.
That's how I feel right now.
Right? So, but it's good though, because what it is, look, what it is it's showing that when you hear God talking to you, you hear God talking to you. That's the first step. You got to be able to hear it. Some bitches can't hear it. They deaf. Fuck you mean? What, you don't know me? You don't know me? Girl, him. Pastor Don Julio, you don't fucking know. Well, you don't know me. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I don't know you. Yeah, all right. It ain't me, it's God. The fuck you talking about, right? So the first step is you hearing it, right? And it's hitting something. So that's the first. Yo, if it don't catch on the mic, it don't catch on the mic. You know what I'm saying? But look, that's the first step, right? You have to hear. Right? You have to hear God talking to you. Yo, stop the fucking car. Right? This dumb bitch want to turn the music louder. Yo, stop the car. You got to hear it. You stop the car. When you stop the car, you see a big ass truck. Just nip your car. You just avoided something, right? Because you heard it and you stopped. So that's the first thing is hearing, right? Second thing is accepting what you hearing. Accepting it, right? Like, I gotta accept it. Yeah. I gotta accept it. This is, you can't do this no more. This ain't for you. Yeah, this ain't for you. It was for them, but it ain't for you. Yeah. I'm coming for you. We let them motherfuckers go. They fucked up. But for you, no mas abuso. Huh? You gotta accept it. Third thing is, gotta let go. Oh, that's the hardest. Everything I got before I heard it, I ain't supposed to have. Oh shit. Everything I got before I heard God talking to me, I gotta be willing to let the fuck go, because it ain't for me. It ain't what I need. It ain't what I need. And that shit is what's stopping me from getting to the next thing, which is the blessing. Right? Because you can't take that. You gotta let go. And then when you let go, you get the blessing. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's like busting a nut, you hear me? The next thing is,
Yo, I can't.
the next thing is peace and happiness. Listen, hold on. Mira, let me tell you. The next thing is peace and happiness. It's like, what the fuck? It's like breathing for the first time. Yo, I'm telling you, I experienced this shit. You like, what the fuck? Right? Then after that, this is the next step. Right? Purpose. Oh, now you got your purpose. Right? Then it's the last step. So you got hearing, acceptance, let go, blessing, peace, happiness, purpose. Now you have this thing where you are alive. Now you living. Now you living. Now you living. You alive. Living a vida loca. Wait. Living a vida loca. We living a vida loca. Right? Now you alive. Now you living. Now you living. And then when you get to that, you follow those steps, you ain't going back. The devil can't trick you now. Now it's nothing the devil could do, because now you know. Now you experience. It's like you go fuck with somebody like me. Once you go fuck with somebody like me, you can't go back.
Cannot.
Once you go lago, you can't go poquito.
Cannot.
If you know, you know.
Cannot.
Once you go,
Yes.
well, yeah. It's lingerie talk, ain't it?
Right now, I'm right
Yo.
here. I'm right here. I'm gonna agree with
I know you is.
How you know?
Yeah, once you.
Let me see.
I'm not letting go.
Yeah.
That's the stage that I'm at right now. I'm at the
That's a
stage
fact.
of just letting go of everything.
But it's fear, because now the devil, because you got comfortable with what you had. You got comfortable with what you got. But what you got has no value.
At all.
What you got don't serve no purpose. What you got don't give you peace. What you got don't make you happy. It's just what you got.
Yeah.
And I don't want less than that, so you're right. That's what it is.
But
you're
no. But you do want less than that. 'Cause you don't know the value of what you got. Because what you got ain't shit. So what you want? What you mean you don't want less than that? So you don't want less than rock bottom? You don't want less than mierda? Huh? You don't want less than shit. What the fuck you mean? You don't want less than shit? Guess you want to fucking die then. Cause what you got ain't worth shit. You heard? And you really know that. But see, you afraid because you don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
And God is not gonna let you see who the fuck is you? Huh? Fuck is you? This is how God talk to you. Puta. Who the fuck you think? You ain't gonna see this shit. Yeah,
That's talk to us like that. No.
Yes, the fuck he do. Who the fuck you think? Who the fuck you think you are that you gonna see? Nah. Man, you need to listen, man. Who the fuck you think you are that you gonna see what's coming? Who the fuck? Nah. You ain't gonna see shit. But you better go that way.
Sometimes God gives you a vision, and that's what you're gonna go ahead and change. I truly
right here.
believe in that.
Conversation.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, because
Y'all looking better now. Y'all done got.
Yo,
Y'all look better now.
I can't.
So let me tell you something. The thing is like
Yeah.
Why he fucking
Management.
Because he wants me to fuck with him. Nah, don't fuck
listen.
me.
So
Cool, because I know you cool peoples. Yeah.
I am.
Can't fool me.
I am.
So my thing is like, you we don't come across a lot of guys that are like you at all, because not many of you guys exist. You know what I mean? We live in a world where everything is fictional, nothing is really true. We don't know who we're dealing with, especially like I said, whether you work a nightlife or not. Like social media have made it so easy to access female and guys, and we're just seeing the surface level, and you don't get to know. And I always tell all my girls, you don't get to know people until you actually move in and live together, because people know how to put up a face facade of themselves. You know what I mean? Yes, because listen. Let me tell you why I'm telling you this. I was in a domestic violence relationship years ago, and it was very bad. Like, very bad. I almost got killed. Like, my friends didn't even know. I'm the kind of person that whatever I go through in my relationship, I don't go ahead and tell my friends until I know that like it's completely over, done with, and I'm like, okay, this is what I went through. So nobody knew, including my family. Although like I don't have that relationship with my family either, so like where I go and tell them what's going on. But you know, when I got with that person, he was everything that I never had. Like, he painted me a world, and I didn't let him know who I was, because it's very hard for me to allow you into my world. Like, I'm a close-up person. I'm going to give you the surface level of me, the fun person, this, that. And until I actually feel like I'm comfortable enough with you for me to open up, then, you know what I mean? Like, that's when I let you into who I really am. And they know that. They know that because they know me from being outside and then actually getting close to me and being like, okay, this is really who I am. You know what I mean?
But can I say something? Because I don't want you to miss this, right? You can't fool the universe.
But I'm not saying that. Listen to what I'm saying. I didn't ask to get my ass beat.
Listen, you can't fool the universe and you can't fool God. So I think, listen what I'm saying, right? Because it's tough to understand. It took me a long time to understand this, right? What you put out comes to you.
Okay, I didn't ask for that, and I didn't put that out either. And I'm not an aggressive person. Usually, I'm the one that's trying to make the peace, and within everybody. Like, I'm not like that at all. And I'm, like I said, I'm not an aggressive person. None of that. The guy came into my world.
Making it personal. Listen, and that's okay, right? Because you don't know. We make it personal. Sorry. My bad. We make it personal. It's not you. It's just that way of thinking. Now, listen, you gotta let me land, right? So, you got your subconscious mind and you got your conscious mind, right? The only way to reach your subconscious mind is through prayer and meditation. So it's not, yo, what did I do? It's what you put out to the universe. It comes back to you. So when you understand that, right? And it's hard to, and I get it, right? It's very hard, right? Because it'd be like, I'm a good person. No. It's what you think subconsciously, repetitiously that put, like, all right, just be patient with me. How did you meet the person?
I met them. I was actually out in a club, and they reached out to somebody that knew me and told them to give my contact information.
So listen,
I hate him.
So listen, I just want you to, you play it back, right? So you met at the club.
Negative energy.
Yeah.
So they reached out to somebody that knew me for them to get my contact information.
Wait, hold on. Now listen. Now watch this. Now you met at the club. Then you said this is him. So they reached out to a person that knew you.
Yeah.
That person only knew you because of how you think. So because of how you think, that person is in your life. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
They didn't know me specifically because they don't. Yeah. They just knew of me and they have my information.
So listen,
but they don't know nothing about me.
So listen. So when I used to sell drugs, right? There was a type of a woman that I dealt with when I was in that way of thinking. Okay. So what I'm trying to point out to you is that the way you think, it's not about good or bad. The way you think is gonna have this person in your life. So there's that friend. Now that man reached out to this person, but that person is only in your life because you think a certain way. And then you're in the club. Okay? But go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then after that, we went out to eat. He painted me a whole beautiful ass world. He wanted to meet my family, and I was like, no, absolutely not. We've just been dating for 3 months. But then he became very controlling as to and this is what I wanted to talk about, red flags, right? He became very controlling as to at the beginning, I thought it was something cute. Like, I would get out of work and he would be outside of my house like, oh, I'm already outside. Oh, I got a driver outside waiting for you.
So tell me, so now you in the phase where there's a attachment
from his side, not mine. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I did not.
So listen. So now it's funny, right? But he's attached and you're detached.
Yeah, 100%.
So that way of thinking and that level of emotion or lack of emotion creates an attraction. So you need to understand that.
Or an obsession.
No. You personalizing it. I'm trying to show you how the universe works.
Okay.
So you think this type of a way. So I'm thinking this is you. I think this way. This is how I think. Now I have friends in my life. I have a friend group of people, associates, whatever, because I think this way. Now this person is going to reach out to this person, but I created both of these motherfuckers coming into my life. And I'm only in this club because of how I think. Okay? And then now, because I'm detached, when you, as a woman, you shouldn't be detached. Now you attracted a man into your life that is attached to you, but in an unhealthy way. And then what happens is it starts to go somewhere left. It starts to, instead of it going good, it goes down, goes to shits. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So after that, like I said, he wanted to be my family. And I was like, absolutely not. I don't know you, but he was very intense. And I'm like, I never had that intensity in a relationship before. You know, before that, like, it was like high school shit. You know what I mean? It's not really that serious.
Right.
Now I see this guy that's like, yo, like, I want to meet your mom. Like, to me, when it comes to family and you meeting somebody's family, it's somebody that is very intentional in your life. Point blank, period. They want to build something with you. You know, somebody that doesn't want to build something with you, they're not going to want to meet your family. They're not going to want to come around the people that you love.
No. Building has nothing to do with meeting your family.
It has, but if somebody wants to build something with you, they're going to want to meet your family.
Building has nothing to do with meeting your family.
But it does.
No, it doesn't. And I think this is something that.
So you will build something with somebody without knowing who they are or where they come from?
If I'm building with you, right? If I'm fucking you, I don't need your mother in the room.
Obviously not. But you need to know, like, you need to see
Maybe
what kind
it's a culture thing. Like, I don't know.
What I'm saying is,
like, cause
what I'm saying is, you have to understand. So this we talk about, right? Understanding relationships and purpose, right? So first and foremost, you are not in the right headspace to even attract a man in your life that's healthy. So whether you take accountability or not, the outcome is not going to be a good one. Okay? So everything else don't matter. Even though what happened was unfortunate, the abuse, the whatever, the attachment, the craziness, the controlling, cool. All that could not happen without you being in agreement. All that could not happen.
Whoa. Hold on. Not the abuse.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
How can you say
Absolutely.
that? So you think that as a child, right? It was my fault that I got molested and I got raped?
No. But those effects, what happened to you, created a way of thinking. You think a certain way because of what happened to you. So you have to understand that you think this way because of what happened to you. And because you think that way, but you think that way because this happened to you, unfortunately, but it's still going to bring things and situations and people into your life because you think that way. So now you have to address. So when we talk about, sorry, you can hear me, right? When we talk about, because this is I'm learning now, right? It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, right? We start to understand our negative thought patterns, right? So you say, well, this happened to me, so this is why I think this way. But people are in my life because I think this way. But I think this way because this happened to me. So now I have to deal with the trauma of what happened to me, identify why I think this way, and then now I need to change how I think so I can change the people that come into my life. Okay? Yeah. So don't make it so much about, like, my mother. Right?
That's called victimizing yourself. I don't victimize myself.
I'm not saying victimizing yourself. I'm saying you're taking accountability. You're starting to understand how you think and why you think this way. And the things that are going to happen to you because you think this way. The people that you're going to attract into your life because you think this way. And it's very hard because it's the person coming to the... So it's like, I think this way because of my trauma, and now this person is coming to me, but this person ain't right because I'm not right. So I'm not saying this person is fuck the guy, right? That's a man should never hit a woman. But if I want to change this, if I want to have better, if you want to have better men in your life, then you gotta address how you think, because how you think is attracting the men that's in your life.
And that's why I was able to walk away
Yeah.
and send that nigga to hell. What you mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And now I see, and my thing is like, you learn from experience. You don't just learn with your age. You learn from experience, right? So now that was an experience that I had in my early 20s. I'm 32 years old right now, and that's something that now I could see the red flags, like the controlling ways. That's how it started.
Right.
It was, to me, it was cute. Like, oh my God, like he likes me so much. He's already waiting for me with a driver outside of the house. Like, we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna do that. The whole time, the man was tracking every single thing that I was doing. He wasn't giving me the space to have any time to myself. But at a young Tracy would have been like, oh my God, that is so cute. He is so interested in me. He wants all my time. Now I would look at it and I'm like, red flag. Immediately red flag. I don't want somebody that's suffocating me, love bombing me, like I don't want that. I want somebody we're gonna respect each other's space. All right, you got out of work, what you gotta do? Okay, you do this, you do that, we meet at the end of the day, or I'll see you later, I'll see you whenever. Like, that's a healthy relationship to me. Like I said, I've been through, like, after that, I could not tell, like, nobody has ever come into my life and be abusive, because I know how to look for those flags in people, because I already been through that and I learned from every experience that I've been through. My last relationship was the most amazing relationship I've ever had in my life. That man treated me like a queen. So I feel like I leveled up. When it comes to, like, my relationships and all of that. The only reason why we're not together today, unfortunately, situation happened. He's locked up. He's, gonna be behind bars for many years. I try to be there for him, but while him being locked up, he became very toxic and controlling to me. He forgot how to be a partner to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I was still being Tracy. That person forgot how to be the man that I once met. And that's the only reason why we're not together today.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've been in healthy relationships, very healthy, where I actually learned the value of, like, a man loving you properly. He taught me how to value myself, how to love myself. I went back to the club because, like I said, I had a very expensive lifestyle and I had to pay the bills at the end of the day. But I wasn't doing that when I was with him. I let my man lead. He taught me a lot of things.
All right.
Yo,
Yep. Buenas noches.
Yo, I hate.
Vámonos. Yo voy para mi casa.
What?
What?
You don't got anything else to say? Because you had a lot to say.
Yeah.
No, listen. I said what I said, and I gotta let it marinate.
Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
This is good. I like this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Good, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Nice. I'm actually enjoying it. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Yeah, these are free too. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Anyways,
bro.
guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
This
Why
is
you-
episode.
in your head.
Yeah, that ass. Like, no.
Anyways.
Uh-huh.
It has to be, because I'm not saying
I don't know where
nothing.
he at. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about us.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He trying to make it spicy because it's lingerie. So
Of course.
Right, absolutely.
All right, so let's make it spicy. You talking about all that? You talking all that good talk? You big daddy, right? All this. That's what you were saying, right? So I mean, that means you must got a good girl or a good
Wife.
way to find this person where you're gonna meet this ideal person. What's up? What's your situation then?
Well, I believe it comes to charity. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you don't have to give details. Are you in a relationship? Are you not? Have you found this ideal woman that's healed like you are?
How you say business in Spanish?
Negocio.
No más negocio.
Negocio es lo que estamos haciendo ahora mismo. This is what we're doing. We're doing business right now, right? This is lingerie talk.
Yeah.
We doing lingerie talk, right? Lingerie talk gets spicy. So
For
all
sure.
I asked was, you talk about you're at this point in your life where you're super healed, right? And you're over here coaching us, or no, not even coaching us,
Right.
but giving
Information.
yes, giving us information, which we appreciate because you are the smart guy, right?
A little bit.
So we're gonna take your information in and take your
it all in, baby.
suggestions.
Every
Yep,
inch of it.
all of it. All
Oh
of it.
my
yep,
God.
all of
Okay,
it.
it's time for us to
All
talk
of it,
out,
right?
guys.
Hold on.
Okay.
So, have you found a female to where you feel like it's at your point? She meets you where you need to be.
No más. How you say?
No más what?
No, don't teach him
No más
nothing.
negocio.
No,
más
teach
negocio.
him nothing. Don't
Yeah.
teach him nothing.
Yeah.
It's a yes or no question.
No más negocio.
Okay, so with that being said, we
yeah.
have come to the end of episode 6.
This was good.
Thank you so much to the smart guy for being our guest today.
I love
He
it.
brought. Let me tell you something. I don't know what happened or what took over me, but those tears, guys. Oh my god, embarrassing.
Okay, girl.
Guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, and we'll see you for episode 7.